Welcome to another session of Let's Heal Together, preparing ourselves for liberation and ascension. We welcome everyone that is here with us today, and we're going to, as everyone gathers, we're just going to take one moment and please ask everyone to visualize this session and all participants surrounded in beautiful white light for protection and for optimum healing. So let's take a moment and visualize this beautiful white light. And the light is with us today. Again, thank you for joining our session. We are very excited to be here with you and very excited that you could join us today. We welcome you from all over the world. We ask you to say hello to us in the chat and tell us where you're from. My name is Deborah, and I will be your host today. I'm coming to you from the United States, and I am a leader with the Sisterhood of the Rose and the Victory of the Light teams. And you may know me from my interviews with Cobra. And I am joined today by a wonderful team, international team. And I would love them to just take a moment and say hello to you as well. Hello, May.
Hello, everyone. I'm May. I'm part of the Sisterhood of the Rose and Victory of the Light teams. I'm today so happy to be with you. And I'm your technical support, and I wish you the beautiful session full of the equinoxious energy. So, Victory of the Light.
Thank you, May. And yes, we are just on the cusp of the equinox, and we are gathering that energy with us today as well for a very, very powerful session. So thank you, May. And now let's say hello to Cindy. Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Deborah. Hi, everyone. I am happy to be with you tonight because we are so much stronger together. I'm Cindy. I'm from France. I represent the Prepare for Change Network and the French community. I manage the website French Will Have Mass Meditation, and I participate in several French and English sessions. So thank you for your presence to help us to hack the matrix.
Yeah, thank you, Cindy. We are doing some powerful work to do that today. So, and we will also say hello to Felipe. Hi, Felipe.
Hello, Deborah. How are you? Good evening, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Felipe coming to you from the north side of Germany, and I'm so happy to be here. Glad to share this information with all of you. One of my involvements is translating a blog, and you can find that in Spanish in es2012portal.blogspot.com. All right, so we are in a very specific, fantastic moment in our planet's history, and I'm so happy to be here and ready to share. And for all those German speakers who are listening to us, herzlich willkommen.
Thank you, Felipe. And you made a fantastic point. We are in a very important point of history, really, and that's why this work is even more important. So, again, we welcome you. If you're new with us, a great big welcome hug to you. And if I see some regulars have joined us as well, thank you for your commitment to doing this very important healing work. You are very powerful and important light workers, and we just appreciate your contribution to the light. And because, as Cindy said, we are stronger together. And there is power in numbers. This is why we do this work, because when we come together as a group to combine our consciousness, we are very, very powerful. And that is what is required at this time, is unity and us coming together and doing this work. Wanted to, as we get started, share this we were touched by this, and we thought we would share this with you today about being stronger together. Together, we are unbroken. Together, we are strong. We have a special purpose. Together is where we belong. We are one in spirit and love. Strength will cause us to rise up. Hand in hand, heart to heart, stronger people will end up. Even in the darkest storm, a rainbow follows after rain. When we stay together, peace becomes our gain. We all have separate paths we walk, but our spirits are never far apart. For we can accomplish anything as we remain together in our hearts. And so, just for a moment, let's just visualize all of us gathered around the planet, connecting the light from our hearts, strengthening the light grid around us, and becoming one. I know this can be sometimes a lonely path for a light worker, and we feel like we're doing this on our own, but we want to tell you that we're not. That you are not alone. We are together. And we may be separated by distance, but we are not separated by our energy and through our heart. So feel the love that is coming to you from all of us around the world as we join together to be stronger together. So thank you again for joining us. I would like to share for a moment. Oh, let's say there's a few more hellos that I wanted to share. As you can see, we are coming to you, people attending from all around the planet, which we love this. Oh, and let's give a big hello to Salia, first time to participate. Thank you. You are very welcome to be here. So let's just talk about what we're going to do today. We will start with an opening meditation, and we are going to be doing the violet flame meditation. This is a very powerful meditation, and it is suggested that this be done as soon as or as often as possible at this time. So we are going to be doing that today for our opening meditation. Then we will do some necessary protection and preparation exercises. Another protection protocol medication. We will invoke the I Am presence, and we will invoke the beautiful energy of the goddess. Then we will do our special healing segment, and Felipe is going to be continuing his healing the 7 levels. This is part 3, called Restructuring Our Chakra System. So we are excited for that. And then we'll do a brief break, share some of your comments and questions that you may have. And then we are going to move on to part 2, which is we are going to be doing some implant clearing exercises, the contract cancellation, and then the 2 triangulation exercises, I Am God and Sex is Love. And we will explain those as we go. And please note that paper and a writing utensil, pen or pencil, is required for these exercises. And we do ask that you write this out, not put it into a electronic device. We ask that you have good old-fashioned paper and pen or pencil, because the energy of that writing is what really helps these exercises. And of course, when we do this kind of clearing work, we always suggest having drinking water frequently. Then we will wrap with a little bit of discussion. answer some questions, share some of your comments. We love when you comment in our chat section. So we'll be sharing some of those. And as an optional at the end, we are offering, we will be doing invoking command 771 together. And we'll explain what that is. Some of you probably know what this is. It's a healing where we receive healing technology. And again, this is optional because all we have to do is just kind of lie quietly. So we thought we'll do this at the end for those that would like to stay on and invoke this command with us together. So we do ask that you plan about 2 hours for this session. And we'll try to move through it as quickly as we can and keep things flowing so the time will just fly by. And since this is an international session, we would like to let you know that the exercises that we will be doing today, the implant clearing exercises, they are translated into several languages, the languages that you see here on the screen. And if you would like to find that page for that, it is victorialuminous.fr/clearing-implants. And we can add that link. The link is in the description and you can access it we'll put that in the chat box as well so that you can access that as well. So let us move on we have a lot we want to do today. And as I said, we are going to start with our opening meditation. We are going to be invoking the, another hello. Got to share these as they come in. Hello, Anna. So we are going to be, as I said today, invoking the violet flame. And I would just like to share a little bit of information that We Love Mass Meditation shared on their website about the violet flame, which said the violet flame is an invisible spiritual energy. It revitalizes and invigorates our bodies and changes negative energy into positive energy. By transforming negative thoughts and feelings, the violet flame provides a platform for healing. The power of transmutation is a specific quality of the violet flame, which, when invoked into action, changes all that it contacts into a higher and pure state. Violet flame meditation was created with the aim to purify any discordant energies so that things can be in harmony to help achieve the most positive ascension timeline for planet Earth. With the light forces clearing the surface of the planet at full speed, there is already light shining through the cracks of the matrix. You can help that light by purifying the surface of the planet with the violet flame meditation. So you can see how important this is in invoking this. It is very essential for our healing and for creating the most positive ascension timeline, which is what we really, really want to focus on. Is with all the chaos in the world, we really, really would like to create that most positive timeline for the planet. And the good news that we recently got from Cobra, many of us follow Cobra that are attending the session. In his recent update, he said that the light forces are clearing the surface of the planet at full speed, which is great news. So let us move on to, okay, a few more hellos here. Sorry, I would like to honor everyone as much as we can. And another first timer, Anna, welcome as well. Okay, so now let us move on to the violet flame meditation. All you're going to do this is about a 15-minute meditation. You're simply going to do what we do, close our eyes, relax, and visualize. We'll see you back here in 15 minutes.
Use your own technique to bring you to a relaxed state of consciousness. Now call upon the violet flame from its primary source to purify your energy field from any interfering energies. Then ask the violet flame to create a powerful circle of protection around you as you meditate. Keep this active throughout the rest of your day. State your intent to use this meditation as a tool to balance any discordant energies, as well as the divine feminine and divine masculine, to achieve the most positive ascension timeline for the planet Earth. Visualize a pillar of brilliant white light emanating from the cosmic central sun. Then being distributed to central suns of all galaxies in this universe. Then visualize this light entering through the galactic central sun. Then going through our galaxy. Then entering our solar system and going through all beams of light inside our solar system. And then through all beings on planet Earth. And also through your body to the center of the earth. Now visualize a violet flame encompassing the whole planet, purifying the vortices and energy field on the plasma, etheric, and astral planes. Visualize all humanity being inspired and guided, with everybody having their own connection with their own soul and the source, in perfect balance of their inner male and female aspects. Visualize the course of events on planet Earth shifting into the most positive timeline possible, shifting away from all epidemics, away from all wars, away from all global domination. Visualize white, pink, blue, and golden light, healing all inequalities, erasing all poverty, and bringing abundance to all humanity. Visualize a new, grand, cosmic cycle of the age of Aquarius beginning, bringing pure light, love, and happiness to all beings on Earth. Finally, please ground your energy into the center of the earth. This is for your personal balance and protection. This also creates an anchor or circuit, which can constantly be a channel for the violet flame to come through even after the meditation.
And welcome back. As I mentioned earlier, you can find this meditation information on the We Love Mass Meditation website. We've put that link into the chat box. And, one thing I love about this meditation is that you can feel the healing taking place within you, and then you can feel the healing taking place around the planet. And that is really, they work in tandem. As we heal ourselves, we heal the world. And so it is suggested to do this meditation as often as you feel guided. Hopefully that's at least once a day. And as I said, you can find that on the We Love Mass Meditation website. So healing is very important at this time, especially healing ourselves as we go closer and closer toward liberation and ascension. And this is why we are focusing these sessions not only on clearing implants, but doing some very important healing work. But in order to do this work, it is very important, as you may know, as a light worker, that we do protection and we prepare ourselves to do the work. These sessions are recorded, and so you can go back and do some of these exercises. But we do always suggest that you use the protection protocols that we offer. And that's what we're going to be doing next, is the protection protocol. This is a very popular protection meditation that has been around for several years. I personally like to use it daily to start my day. This is just a brief 7-minute video that will do the same. We'll just close our eyes and visualize. And this, again, can be found in multiple languages on the We Love Mass Meditation YouTube channel. And so let us move on to just doing a little bit more protection for ourselves. And for 7 minutes, we will do the same thing. We're going to close our eyes and visualize ourselves being surrounded in a semi-permeable egg shield of light. So see you back in 7 minutes.
Relax your body, emotions, and mind by focusing on your breath or in any other way that works for you. Visualize a brilliant white vortex of light emanating from your soul star chakra, moving in a clockwise direction downwards throughout your body, purifying the energy fields of your physical, plasma, etheric, emotional, and mental bodies. Maintain this vortex by connecting it to the source of universal light and program it to maintain all your energy bodies purified. Visualize an egg-shaped, semi-permeable mirror shield around your auric field of your physical, plasma, etheric, astral, and mental bodies. This mirror shield allows all positive energies into your energy field, but reflects and bounces all negative energies back to their source. Program this mirror shield to alert you when any type of negative energy is directed your way, and let it reflect it back to its origin. Visualize light rearranging all parts of yourself and all parts of your energy fields back into a state of balance and harmony. While doing this, you can hum the mantra Om, because Om is the primeval sound of light, and its resonance will restore harmony most effectively.
And welcome back. As I said, you can find that meditation on the Wheel of Mass Meditation YouTube channel, and we'll post a link. Cindy, maybe you can get us a link and post that in the chat for us, and then so that people have that. So that's great. And we're also going to post the Sisterhood of the Rose YouTube channel. As I said, these sessions are recorded. So if you like to share with anyone or go back to do them on your own, they are always posted and kept on the Sisterhood of the Rose YouTube channel. So let us move on to what we're doing next. We are going to connect to the I Am Presence. And again, this is part of our protection and preparation for what we're going to be doing forward. So what we're going to be doing with this is invoking the I Am Presence. And with that, again, very easy. All you need to do is close your eyes, or you can keep them open, whatever works best for you. But it's about feeling and visualizing and just simply listening to the words as I present them. So let's begin. I call upon the pillar of pure white light to descend upon me and to form around me. I call upon the presence of the I Am that I am. I ask the presence of the I Am that I am to join and merge with me. And now we visualize and call upon this energy to move upward inside the pillar of light in the direction of higher light. Visualizing it going through your crown chakra to the top of your head. And visualize the energies, the chakras energizing one by one. Your 8th chakra, which is your soul star chakra. The 9th chakra, pulling the energy up into that spirit star chakra. Visualize the light moving up into your 10th chakra, the universal chakra. Visualize it moving higher toward the higher light into the 11th chakra, the galactic chakra. And finally, moving this energy all the way up to the 12th chakra, the divine gateway. It is in this 12th chakra that you meet, merge, and unite with the I Am Presence. And now let's visualize bringing back this I Am Presence and imbuing your body with the presence as it comes down through the pillar of light from the top of your head through your body, through all of your chakras within your body, all the way to the bottom of your feet, and then all the way grounding yourself to the core of Mother Earth. And let's just for a moment feel this presence, this I Am presence of the great I Am imbuing your body. You are connected from above and from below, fully connected and fully protected. Okay, very powerful. Again, this meditation is also available on We Love Mass Meditation YouTube. There is actually a longer version of it that's really, really powerful. I've done it and I've had some really intense experiences. I should say even encounters with Source. It's very beautiful. So we've posted the links in our chat to these YouTube channels that we're talking about, and so that you have them. And again, you can go back into the recording to access these links. And so we have one more final, last but not least, because this is so very important. We are going to be invoking the goddess, that very, very powerful divine feminine energy that is so needed on the planet at this time. So we are going to play a very short 4-minute video. Again, it's been really easy so far, hasn't it? All you've had to do is kind of relax, close your eyes, and visualize. And so we're going to be doing this for a few more minutes as we bring in the beautiful divine goddess energy. So let us invoke the goddess.
Return of the Goddess Meditation. Relax your mind and body by watching your breath for a few minutes. Visualize a pillar of pink light emanating from the galactic central sun, going through your body to the center of the earth. Keep this pillar of light active for a few minutes. Then visualize a loving feminine presence in the shape of a beautiful goddess descending from the sky and entering your physical body. This presence will harmonize your inner woman and make you more loving. Stay united with that presence for a while. Visualize bright new spiritual future for humanity. With men and women in perfect understanding. With our society growing beyond need for wars and conflicts, as all dark entities, physical and non-physical, are removed from our planet. Visualize all wounds of humanity being healed, all humanity being inspired and guided, with everybody having their own connection with their own soul and the source in perfect balance of their inner male and female aspects. Please do this visualization as instructed and do not change it, as otherwise it will not have the desired effect.
Okay, welcome back. Wow, are we feeling some light? How are we feeling? That wraps up our protection and preparation exercises. Before we move on, so if you'd like to share how you're feeling, we've brought in a lot of light. You might be feeling a little lightheaded, and so be sure to keep yourself grounded and drink some water. But this is really important, and I just wanted to reference the video that we just watched on the Return of the Goddess invocation. In the beginning, it talks about bringing in the goddess presence to bring in to make you more loving, bringing in, and men might think, oh, this isn't for me, this is only for women. But remember that the ideal scenario for us in our human bodies is to have a balance of the divine masculine and the divine feminine at this point. And women can more naturally bring this divine feminine energy. And really what's really needed is for men to do this as well. So guys, don't feel like, oh, that video is not for me. It's definitely for you. And it doesn't make you less masculine by bringing in that more loving presence within yourself. It actually makes you more in tune with the divine masculine, which is, I just got goosebumps, which is so beautiful and so needed on the planet in today's world. So yeah. All right. We are going to be moving on to our what we're doing next is the healing segment, where we heal ourselves. And as you can, as I've said, we have really brought in more healing into these sessions because it is so important that we clean our stuff up. Many of us are dealing with a lot of repressed emotions and repressed memories and repressed maybe some habits that are not beneficial to us, and it's really important that we lighten up. I know we use that word a lot, light, but it's all about the light, bringing in the light, accessing the light, the light forces are so much more able to work with us the lighter we are, and the more baggage that we can remove and clear up, the more we will move ourselves and the planet toward liberation and move ourselves closer to the ascension process. I just before I am going to be bringing on Felipe in a moment to do his special segment, and I just want to share a few comments. Anna has said tears of joy. That's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, Anna. And Blue Onyx, feeling the light on the crown chakra and very peaceful. Thank you. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. And Alyssa's here says pure bliss. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Anna says everyone will be dancing. Oh, you have no idea how we all look forward to that. We talk about that all the time, about just the celebrations. And but you know what, let's make that happen now. Do your dancing now. Let's celebrate now. The more we can be in that place that we want to be, but the more we visualize and put ourselves and feel ourselves in that energy, the sooner it will happen. So thank you for sharing that great comment, Anna. Okay, so we are moving on to this very powerful program that Felipe's been doing. He's done part 1, part 2, and today is part 3. If you haven't attended part 1 or 2, don't worry, you're still going to be this is going to be very beneficial to you. But you know what? We would encourage you to go back, if you're so guided, into the Sisterhood of the Rose YouTube channel to the last 2 sessions that we've done to access part 1 and part 2. So at this point, I am turning it over to our beloved Felipe, who will restructure our chakra system. So let's go. Thank you, Felipe.
Thank you, Deborah. All right, so let's start with my presentation. The last 2 videos that we made session 1 and 2, and I'm going to go through them really quick, so we can have a good introduction on the topics that we are going to talk about today. Right, so we talked on the first session about grounding, that we need to ground ourselves, which means connect with the earth, so we can have all the energy of the earth to cause our own healing. And this is extremely important because when we go through life, we kind of forget our connection with the earth. We usually wear shoes, and then we live in houses, and then we almost never touch our garden with our feet, for example. So we have to ground ourselves. We have to soak this energy up so we can use it in our own healing. And by the way, we all can be healers. We all can start by healing ourselves, and then later we will move on to healing to other people. All right, and so we ground ourselves first, and we go into Hara, which means a state of being centered, of being going complete, without any obstruction, so the energy can flow to us without any vibration that can distort or modify or block the energy. So we have to enter in a state of Hara. This is what is called Hara, which is a center, a moment in which we just let the energy go through us without any obstructions, without any modifications. Then we spoke about the levels of the field. We compare the level of the field to, let's say, a glass jar, which has pebbles inside, and sand and water. So everything is actually around us. All the 7 levels of the field are around us, and they are, each one of them, living and interacting through them, living in their own space and interacting with the other fields as well. Each one of the levels of the field was cleaned up and was protected in order to remove all what is called vibrations, which are low vibrations, which can cause different blocks and obstructions. Once we finish going through the 7 levels of the field, we explain what the quantum field is and how it worked. What I have noticed in my healing practice is that the quantum field does really work. So when I, for example, visualize somebody and I visualize somebody, and then we have agreed that I can proceed with this with this healing session, and I visualize that this person is in front of me, then through the quantum field, I can operate on this person, and this works extremely well. I can do this also when the person is together with me, but there are some situations which change. For example, the reading of the pendulum. When you are doing this remotely, working from home, yeah, and the other person can be in another house or in another country, another continent, it doesn't really matter. Okay. The pendulum, for example, when I use the pendulum on the person that is alive, I have to put it in a specific height away from the body. But when I'm working on the quantum field, I can just basically visualize and then start reading with the pendulum. Now, perhaps you are wondering, what is this? Why I am using the pendulum for reading? So the pendulum is actually extremely important because when we hold the pendulum in our hands, we can start reading how much, how strong is the movement of the chakra, and what is the direction of the movement of the chakra, which is going to come extremely handy in the next section. Okay, then we also spoke about removing clouds, mucus, and miasma, because when we have, for example, feelings that are not proper, when we have these feelings about not good about ourselves, and we start hating other people or hating ourselves, on having heavy emotions, for example, sadness or frustration, resentment, anger, all this kind of stuff, it creates dark and heavy clouds in our bodies, which means that the energy that is supposed to move along is not going to move along, and it's going to cause an stagnation. And this stagnation can eventually turn into some sort of physical sickness, a physical ailment, which is actually what we need to remove. Because when we go to the root of the problem, then we can actually remove the situation, the blockage, and then obviously everything is going to come into homeostasis, into balance, in a way that is going to allow us to live healthy and with everything clear, with a clear mind, with a clear consciousness. Then we are going to start looking for positive, high vibration things and so on, which is just a matter of, it's just a part of the experience of healing ourselves. Okay. Now, we are going to talk a little bit about the chakras. Perhaps if we can advance our slides. All right, that's the chakra overview. We have actually we have a lot of chakras. I think some authors have counted like 114 chakras or so, but we are going to work. And we are going to consider these main 7 chakras that we see on the screen right now. All these chakras have are represented with different colors because they are actually soaking up energy from the field, from the universe around us, from the space around us, and then this energy is going to eventually reach through what is called meridians to the endocrine glands, and these endocrine glands are going to influence the well-being of our body. So it is extremely important that our chakras are vital, are working in as much as possible perfectly, correctly, so we can all benefit from this assimilation of energy, proper assimilation of energy from the field around us. So when a chakra is blocked, torn, blown away, or heavy with clouds or mucus or miasmas, or it is spinning incorrectly, and then it creates distortion and brings low frequency energy into the corresponding endocrine gland. Okay. And eventually this is not going to go very well, because if you don't have energy, how is the entire system going to run properly? If you don't have proper energy or pure energy, then it's going to cause eventually something that is the medicine is the physical, the 3D medicine is going to detect and is going to remove, but just by perhaps cutting or bombarding it, but not going to the root of the ailment or the sickness, which is usually our emotional state, believe it or not. Okay, so if we start changing our emotional state, and if we start properly taking care of our chakras, then everything is going to be fine. There's no reason why it shouldn't be working. Okay, so if we can go to the next slide, we can see how it is just basically the structure of the chakra, how it looks like. Okay, so what we see is some sort of a cone. This is what is called in Sanskrit. Chakra is actually a spinning wheel, a vortex of energy. So we can see on the right side of the screen that that's the entrance of the energy. That's the widest side of the cone that's going to start soaking up the energies from the universe or from the space around us, and then going to send them in through, and then we see in the base of this cone what is called a meridian, and the meridians are going to distribute this to the endocrine glands, and there's a whole network of meridians and nadis that are going to be working, bringing this energy into the outside. So if chakra is damaged, is blocked, torn, blown, or distorted, or we have to restructure it. And this word restructure means that we are going to rebuild it. We are going to start doing stuff with our visualization, with our intention, so this chakra can be restored to the way it is, the shape that is supposed to be, and also the spinning. Okay, and let me tell you a little bit about the spinning, because if we see the chakra from the front, it has to be turning clockwise. Okay, and this is the proper turning of every chakra in the body, going clockwise. And it doesn't matter if you see it from the front of the body or from the back of the body. You are seeing it from your point of view. So from seeing the body in front of you, you will see the chakra spinning on the clockwise. Okay, there are some people who are saying, for example, that the chakras spin in different rotations and so on. However, the team that I learned this from, they discovered something interesting, and there is let's say some injection that has become extremely popular and that is being deployed all over the planet. Okay, and they discovered something very important, that these injections actually reduced the force, the strength of the spinning of the chakras. And in one occasion, and on the fifth chakra, and which is the throat chakra, they discovered that instead of going clockwise, then was going counterclockwise. And this is interesting. And this is quite interesting because the fifth chakra is as you know, the throat chakra, and that is related with the truth. The truth that comes from you and the truth that comes from the others as well. And so these people were having problems connecting to what was truth. Okay, and in this exercise, and when we are going to do the chakra restructuring, we are going to start healing that part in our body. For example, if you have had this injection, yeah, and you feel that there's something in you that is not working properly, then you can restructure the chakra in a way that is going to start spinning in the proper direction, clockwise. Okay, so this is what we are going to do this night, and then this exercise is obviously directed to everybody, because all of us we need always to take care of our chakras, and then to work on them and to restructure them and repair them, and make it possible for the chakra to be in balance and to be in perfect working order. Okay, so this is what we are going to do now. So we are going to visualize. Perhaps we can go to the next slide. Okay, that's a pendulum that can be used to read the chakra activity. What exactly? So, and this is the pendulum reading. Sometimes the pendulum is going to allow you to see what is going on. For example, if it's going clockwise, it's taking energy from the field and it's healthy. If it's going to the other side, counterclockwise, it's expelling energy and it's unhealthy. And so it's taking perhaps energy from other chakras and then throwing them away, or it's just basically not bringing energy in, which is going to eventually going to be some sort of blockages in here. And then you can see that there are also some other occasions in which the pendulum is going to tell you it's going in a straight line, it's going like that, or it's going completely stale and so on. So you can use this chart for guiding yourself when you're reading a chakra, and then you're using a chakra, you are reading it through the pendulum. The readings are extremely important. You can do this before, and then you can also do this after you finish the treatment, and then you're going to start noticing a change. Usually the changes show up completely in 24 to 48 hours. And sometimes what I do is I do another readings to confirm if the healing session was brought any benefit to the person. For example, one before, one after, and then one after 48 hours. Okay, so we are going to go to the next slide now, and then we're going to show you here the location of the chakras in the body. Now, for example, as you can see, and the root chakra is, and each one has a different color. The root chakra here on the lower side of the body is a little bit bigger than that. As you can imagine, it extends probably just about all the way, very close to the knees. And what we are going to do now is going to restructure the chakra, and we are going to start like this. Okay, so let's relax comfortably. Let's visualize now that we are going to concentrate in that part of our body. Okay, we're going to go to the root chakra, and we are going to visualize that there is a chakra in there that needs our attention. As you can remember from the former slides, it has to look like a cone. So we are going to use our hands. We are going to place our left hand on a column, on our column, or backbone, as it's called. And we are going to start visualizing how we are going to restructure the chakra, which means we are going to draw it with our hands. We are going to draw now a perfect cone. We are going to start from the base of the cone, and we are going to start moving toward the end. And we are going to start drawing lines. Each one of these lines is going to start going to be forming or shaping the cone. And as we are working on this root chakra, we can see that our cone is getting more and more perfect. We visualize it with a beautiful, brilliant red light. At the end of the cone, there's a circle. We are going to draw a perfect circle right there. Everything is in the red color. And now we are going to visualize the rest of the structure of this cone. And now we are going to start spinning this cone, this red cone. Okay, we are going to start spinning it clockwise. It's going to start spinning slowly at the very beginning. And then faster and faster. You can use your guidance to understand the speed of the cone, of the rotation. And then once we feel that this cone is just rotating by itself, we can release it. And we can put our hand on top of the cone, a few centimeters away from it, so we can feel its energy, so we can feel its health. And we will leave it rotating. All right. We can also visualize how the energy is reaching all the parts of the body that is supposed to be connected to this area, to the adrenal gland area. The next set of chakras that we are going to work on they do have the color orange. And we are going to do basically the same. We are going to start restructuring the chakras. And as you can see from the picture, there's one at the front of the body and there's another one at the back of the body. And they are all be connected through the meridians as well, all these lines that we see in between them. And these chakras are going to give energy, absorb energy for the gonads. So it's also extremely important that we can restructure these chakras, and we're going to do exactly the same as with the others. We're going to visualize that we can visualize both cones at the same time. One at the front of the body, one at the back of the body. This is a little bit below the navel. And we are going to start visualizing also that our hands have the power to structure the chakras. We are going to start drawing them like perfect cones. We are going to start drawing them. We are going to start reaching each one of the parts of the cones from the bottom all the way to the top. We can start drawing lines. These lines join in a perfect circle on the front. That is the structure of the chakra. One at the front, one at the back of the body. We are doing this at the same time. We can visualize how these cones start shining with a beautiful orange light. And once we have finished drawing them, we are going to start spinning them clockwise. Slowly first, and then faster and faster. And once we feel that they are rotating, we leave them rotating. We put our hands in front of them. We give them more energy. And we leave them. We are going to move now to the solar plexus chakras. These yellow chakras, we are going to do exactly the same. We are going to visualize two perfect cones, one in the front, one at the back of the body. And we are going to start visualizing that we are going to restructure them, drawing them from the base all the way to the top, creating lines, lines after line around them. All these lines joining on the perfect circle in the front. There is a structure there on the lid of the chakra, so to speak. This is the area where all this absorption of energy from the field happens. Then we can also start visualizing that everything is working properly. And we are going to start spinning this chakra as well, always clockwise. We see the chakras, we visualize the chakras, a beautiful golden light like the sun. They are spinning faster and faster and faster. And when we feel that these two chakras in the front and the back of the body are starting to spin by themselves, then we place our hands in front of them and we feel its heat and we leave them spinning. These third chakras are going to start working on the pancreas, giving energy to the pancreas. Okay, so we go up to the heart chakra. We have two heart chakras as well, and we are going to do exactly the same, a restructuration of the chakras, drawing them from the base to the front, perfect cones of a beautiful green color, the color of health, the color of nature. And we are going to start drawing them also, line after line, and connecting them on the wide side of the cone in a perfect circle, visualizing the structure, starting spinning them clockwise, and then once they are starting to spin by themselves, we place our hands a few centimeters away from the chakra and we leave it spinning. This is going to work on the thymus. Right, we move to the fifth chakra, the throat chakra, the light blue chakra, which we are going to do the same. We are going to restructure it, drawing them from the bottom to the top, and then once we visualize them completely restructured, we start spinning them clockwise. And then once we feel that they are spinning by themselves, we put our hands a few centimeters away from them and we feel the warmth, the energy. And it's going to work on the thyroid. We keep moving along. Now we are going to reach the third eye chakras. And these are made of blue light. And now we are going to do exactly the same. We are going to restructure the chakra. We are going to draw them, one in the front, one at the back of the body. We are going to join all the lines on a perfect circle in the front and on the back, the base of the cone. And then we are going to start spinning them clockwise, always clockwise. The one in the front clockwise, the one in the back clockwise. Everything is clockwise. And once we feel that is everything going all right and it's spinning by themselves, we leave it spinning and it's going to act on the pituitary gland. And now we move to the seventh chakra, the crown chakra, which is going to act on the pineal gland. And we do exactly the same. We are going to visualize that this chakra is going to be restructured. We're going to start drawing lines to the base of the chakra and then start rebuilding it, restructuring it, and we see it made of a beautiful violet light. And now we are going to start spinning it. And once everything is spinning, and once this chakra, this crown chakra is spinning, we are going to leave it spinning. We give it some energy with our hands, and then we can visualize how the entire network of chakras is starting to light up and to work properly. And now we have a healthy chakra system that is going to start absorbing energy from the universe and sending it to all these glands, and it's going to start flowing the energy completely free, because we have been working during all these sessions to remove clouds, mucus, and miasma, and now that we have healthy chakras, it's going to go extremely well. What we can do now is seal our work, because it's extremely important that we can seal, we can close our work. And to do this closing and sealing, we can visualize simply a beautiful plasma light. We can visualize ourselves built in a plasma light that is starting to grow around ourselves. And this plasma light has the color of silver. It's silver color. It's like a cloud, a beautiful cloud. And this is the best frequency for purging, for blasting, and for cleansing our system. And now that we have used the plasma light, we are going to visualize now that we are now inside a rose gold sphere of light. And this is a light that is soft and gentle, and it's going to soften everything and purifies it. While the plasma was extremely purging and blasting, the rose gold light is going to be much more gently, and it's going to soften and purify. And once this rose gold frequency has worked, we're going to visualize a third sphere of light, and this is a golden sphere of light. Golden and crystalline. It's going to be a sealing energy. It's going to keep the work that we have done, our chakras, intact. And it's going to also act for the next hours for the chakras to be assimilating all these changes and all these energies properly in our bodies. This pure gold light also seals the chakras and ensures that no other remnants go into the chakras or move out of the chakras, so they can start working properly. As in any kind of work, what we usually do is to drink water, and the water has the option to physical water to go through our bodies and then also clean and purify our bodies. It is well known, for example, that some water with lemon works wonders. I think it is very, very well known now, and that's something that we can usually drink. So the lemon and the can reinforce our immune system, and the water can also clean everything that is in there, stagnated, blocked, and so on. And especially if we grab some water in our hands and then we send it some thoughts. For example, I allow this water to enter into my body and then clean and purify it. And this intention, once this intention is is put in the water is going to act accordingly, because um, perhaps you are familiar with this film called Messages of Water or something like that. Um, that water has memory, and if we put good things on our water, then on the water that we drink, then it's also going to bring these good intentions into our body. All right. So this concludes my presentation, and I'm looking forward to hear any comments or questions if you have it. Otherwise, we can continue with our presentation, and then we can. I'm going to give the microphone back to Deborah now.
Felipe, that was amazing. Oh my gosh. Oh, did anyone else feel like tingling in their crown chakra when we were working on that one? Wow, that was really really powerful. Um, you know, I just had a couple thoughts, and yeah, if the audience has anything they'd like to share too, or any questions on anything Felipe presented, please put that in the chat. Um, it struck me how powerful our intention is. When you talk about how the chakras affect even the physical glands and organs in our body, but then literally we're visualizing the power of our visualization and our intentions, which is what energetic healing is all about anyway. So I just thought that was really powerful. And then what a great, thank you for that reminder about the water. I actually was drinking my lemon water, taking a sip at the time you mentioned that, and so I literally followed along with what you said, and so yeah, program the water. That's just so great. I just want to share a few comments. Tanya says I felt tingling in my pineal gland during the third eye chakra. Awesome. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
One of the reasons why this healing ourselves works extremely well is because we are basically just energy. So also our intentions, our energies are going basically to the root of everything and then taking it from there. And squeezing a lemon now. Very good, Anna. And now it is like this is the situation is that when we put our intention and we concentrate our intention like a laser beam in our healing, wow, that's impressive, because that is what we really need. No? And then if we connect with our higher self, like we have done in the moments previous to my presentation, then even better, because we start feeling our own guidance with the all things, with the tools that we need, and so on. So it's a perfect way to start the day or start the evening.
Absolutely. And I wanted to mention too, Felipe, I'm really glad in the beginning you talked about the clarifying the clockwise versus counterclockwise, because I know there is much almost debate in the spiritual community. Do they spin clockwise? Do they spin counterclockwise? I've heard that they alternate, and one spins clockwise, the other spins counterclockwise. You hear everything, and I found that I was a little bit challenged in the beginning, figuring out which. I mean, I know which way is clockwise and counter, but from which perspective. And then I remember you said, if you're looking at the body, that's the direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Right. So as if you were looking at the body, and then I remembered you said that, and then I almost envisioned, I know they're cones connected by the line, but I pictured like almost everything being encompassed in this tube that was spinning clockwise, as I was viewing my body, and then it was easy for me then to visualize that, both the front and the back ones. So I'm so glad you clarified that. So yeah. And then what else? I took a couple notes. One thing I loved in the beginning, you also talked about grounding. I know we talked about that in some of the previous sessions, and just the importance of putting your bare feet on Mother Earth And as you said, it's, we wear flip flops, we wear our sneakers, we wear, shoes, and we walk on pavement, and how healing we can feel the energetic healing of putting our bare feet in nature. But what I thought was interesting, I read recently, and this was a scientific study, and they had showed the before and after picture, before and after evidence of when you are literally barefoot in nature, whether it's grass or sand or dirt or water or whatever, it cleanses your blood. Like they noticed a significant improvement in the quality of the blood in the body after being exposed to the bare feet, walking in nature. So as a lot of us are in the northern hemisphere, and it's going to start getting colder and all of that, but please don't let that stop you. If you have to take off your snow boots in January and your socks and just for a minute stick your feet, I just think it's so beneficial. So I'm glad that you mentioned that. So wow, that was really powerful. So
Yeah. So if we think about in terms of energy as well, we are like like little magnets. Yeah? Connecting to the big magnet, which is the earth. We come from the earth. Every component from our bodies is actually food, which actually came from the earth. So um, by separating it, is just going artificial. Is not beneficial. So when we put our feet in, and this is what we did in one at the very beginning. Now we visualize that it is something like roots that are coming from our feet, and then are going very, very deep in, deep and deep and deep on the earth, and we are sucking this energy from the earth, which is so healthy. It has a special smell, no? When that you perhaps notice when it rains. No, as soon as it rains, the earth breathes. No? And this connection is sometimes what we miss, especially when we live in big cities.
right. Yeah, because big cities, there is much more concrete, and
Yep.
it is a little more challenging to find your places of nature, but they are there, so seek them out. Awesome. Wow, that was great. Well, thank you so much, Felipe, for that great presentation. And I want to remind our audience that if you're interested in referencing part one and part two that we did in the previous two sessions, we did put links to those in the chat. And you can find those on the Sisterhood of the Rose channel, YouTube channel. And so there are links to those. So you may go back, and you may want to go back and do this again for reference. And as Felipe said, do this on a daily basis. So, oh, that's great. Okay. So, well, actually, I think we did cover the comments and questions and sharing. So we are going to keep moving on, and we are going moving on now to the implant clearing portion of the program. And some of you have been doing this with us for quite some time, and you know what this is all about. This is a very important part of healing, not only ourselves, but the planet. And so we have checked in with Cobra, and he has highly suggested that we continue to include these exercises in our program. And so that's what we're going to be doing as we finish up the program today, are doing the implant clearing exercises. And again, if you would like a translation, if Cindy, could you find that link, and we can get that in the chat too as well for the translations for the exercises, because we're going to be doing them in English, but if you prefer to do them in your own language, you can reference them on that link. And so, well, actually, Cindy's going to be presenting right now. So I'm going to turn this over to Cindy. The first exercise that we're going to do is contract cancellation. And I'm turning this over to Cindy because she is going to present it, explain it, and walk us through this. So thank you, Cindy.
Thank you, Deborah. So,
and thank you for providing the link. We're going to post that right now. So you are on it. So thank you, Cindy.
So at first, we need to understand how soul contracts work. So the term contract means agreement, consent, promise, pact, allegiance, or royalty. Soul contracts are made with the dark forces, and canceling the soul contracts is to make the leap from an involutionary to an evolutionary consciousness. We need to cancel these contracts to expand freely our consciousness. You have to know that any contract is voidable. Any contract can be cancelled as soon as we become aware of it. This is how we reclaim our freedom and sovereignty step by step. To get out of the matrix and its system, we must first cancel the soul contracts concerning our past lives, our present life, and our future. 2. Weaken and dissolve the implants, physical ones and non-physical ones. And 3. Disconnect ourselves and protect ourselves from mind control systems and negative technologies. It is through the willful ignorance of our divine power and through the system of all our contracts and implants that we remain trapped in this system and in the matrix. As the contactee Cobra says, you are the ones who created or signed a soul contract, and at any moment you can change it or suppress it, whichever way you want. Nobody else can do it except you. If you don't like your soul contract, you can just change it. It is your decision. Of course, when you do change it, it will take some time for this to manifest. You have to release your attachment to the other parties in the contract. All the contracts with the dark forces have to be released. They have to be revoked, made null and void. And your decision is key. If you make the decision to revoke the contract, it will be done. Whatever happens, it will be done. It is your decision. The more people take their destinies in their own hands and change those contracts, the more power we will have individually and collectively. It is high time to free ourselves from the blockages and limitations imposed by these contracts. Freedom to choose, freedom to act, and freedom to be the real light beings that we have to be. Contracts are linked to the soul, to our life, and they are linked to implants, and implants are linked to our bodies. Contracts and implants do not respect the universal laws of non-interference, the law of consent and non-consent, and free will. It is important to understand that. So, let's revoke them. We need to revoke them regularly. So, how to cancel the soul contracts? First, you will write it down. Second, you will sign it with your name. Third, you will say it out loud. And fourth, you should also keep a copy with you at all times, as it is energetically powerful. It's very important. It is your declaration of freedom and sovereignty. So, Now we are going to read the text together. In the name of I am that I am. In the name of the divine soul presence that I am. I cancel and nullify all my contracts and agreements in the past, present, and future made between any part of my being and the dark forces. I decree and I command that all consequences of these contracts and agreements are null and void and are completely and permanently erased from my reality. I am now a sovereign and free being of light from now and for all eternity. So be it, and so it is. So be it, and so it is. So be it, and so it is. And you will sign it. So from now, we are going to let you 8 minutes to write it down, sign it with your name, and say it loudly. And then we will share your feelings, comments, and questions.
And welcome back. Thank you, Cindy, for that fabulous presentation and explanation of the contract cancellation. And as Cindy said, we just want to remind you that it is important to keep this piece of paper and carry it with you if you can. Reference it throughout your day. Great way to start the day, great way to end the day. Or even do this whole exercise over and over. The more times you do it, the more powerful it becomes. But again, reminder to do your preparation and protections prior to doing any kind of this important work. So that's great. Awesome. So we are going to move on to what we're calling the triangulation exercises. These are two exercises that we will do that are used for deprogramming, dissolution of limiting beliefs, and liberation of our consciousness. And so we will explain what those are in a moment in terms of how we're going to do it and give you a little more information on the implants. I just want to share here, this was Cobra had put this on his blog just a few days ago, that blog being 2012portal.blogspot.com, and where there's a lot of information and intel provided. And he had said that the light forces have begun with the operation of clearing the surface population biochips and implants with full force, implementing advanced Molyneux quantum cannon technologies. This operation will take some time, but it will have a very beneficial effect on deprogramming the surface population, and upon its completion, a massive spiritual awakening of the surface population is expected. And so we were very excited to hear this. He had mentioned in the past that the light forces were slowly starting to clear these implants, which is what prompted these sessions to start so that we could help assist that process. But again, just as of recently, like a week ago, he had said that they are doing this clearing with full force. And so that is why it is really important that we can help move this movement forward by doing this work that we're doing here. So we encourage you to attend our monthly sessions and do these on your own. As I said, these sessions are recorded, and you can also find these exercises on the We Love Mass Meditation website as well. But again, just whatever we can do to help the light forces just increases the speed of all of this happening exponentially. And can we just visualize this massive spiritual awakening of the surface population? Oh my gosh, right? You know, with so many people being asleep, a lot of it due to the implants, which we're going to explain. In fact, I'm going to turn this over to Felipe so that he can explain the three primary implants that we're going to be focusing on today, and what their effects are within our consciousness and within our body. So, Felipe, would you like to share this?
Sure. Okay, let's talk about these three primary implants. There are many implants, but we're going to talk about three. And these primary ones on the left side, we have what is called the vertical implants. And as you can see, these two lay on the frontal lobe area above the eyebrow. So there are two there, one on top of each eye, so to speak. And when we have them, we got this at the very beginning. Every time we are born, we get these implants, and in this situation, this establish a separation from the source and higher self with us. So we start to have problems with decision making. We have survival fears. Our intuition is blocked, and then we experience separation and loneliness. So we are actually in a world of 8 billion people who shouldn't be feeling lonely and so on. But the situation is that we are separated from our own source and from the source himself and from our higher self. So that's the reason why we feel a little bit alone once in a while, or quite alone. To start removing this implant, we are going to put our mind in two states, and we're going to explain later what is the exercise, and the exercise is called I am God. Okay. And on the right side, we have another implant, which is in like 4 centimeters above the navel, near the solar plexus. And this implant is a quite nasty one. It's established a separation between the heart and the sexuality, and establish a separation between the feminine and the masculine principles inside us. And it creates division, it creates conflict, it creates separation, blocks our emotions, uh, blocks our creativity, and suppresses the proper flow of the Kundalini. So, to remove this implant or to start diminishing its effects, we're going to do an exercise that is called Sex is Love. Okay. So, every incarnation we are reimplanted again to assure that we are kept in amnesia and lower vibration. So, we are going to start working on removing these implants, and yeah, and the benefits are incredible.
Okay, great. Thank you, Felipe. And what we're doing are triangulation exercises. And so, just to explain how it works, because it is a little bit confusing, you are going to be writing two contradictory statements. And the reason that we do this is it decreases the implant's effects in your mind by placing it in the other polarity. So, for instance, with the vertical implants, the ones that are above the eyebrow, as Felipe explained, these are placed there to create the primary belief that you are not God. So it gives you the primary belief that I am not God. And so when you write I am God and then you put yourself in that state, and when we say put yourself in that state, we mean really feel it, believe it. As you write this, you want that feeling. You want to feel I am God. And then you do the same when you write I am not God. And then you put yourself in that emotional state. What you're doing is you're bringing your mind in both alternate states, which then begins to help dissolve the implants. And this is the same for that horizontal implant, the one above your navel, that gives you that basic programming that tells you that sex is not love. So when you write the two alternating statements, sex is love, and then you feel that, and then you write sex is not love immediately after that, and you feel that, you decrease the effect of the implant and it begins to clear. Now, obviously, doing this one time is not going to clear it. It's a process. These have been here for, a very, very, about 25,000 years to be exact. But every incarnation, we have these implanted. So it's going to take a while to clear, but the more you do it, the more they clear. And again, with the light forces working full force now, we can see some exponential results. So the first one we're going to do is I am God. And Felipe, would you walk us through that one, please?
Sure. So, the thing is that we have to put our mind in both states. Okay, so when we put our mind in both states, it's going to be highly ideal to start removing this implant. It's like putting something first in hot water and then in cold water. Hot water and cold water, and it cracks. Okay, so we are going to start removing the layer of protection around it. And this is going to make easier for the life forces to completely remove those implants that we have, in case we have them, or in case they are broken. Sometimes they are renewed by the dark forces. But the thing is that as the energies are increasing in the planet, and perhaps the machinery that is reimplanting people has stopped working. And this is a specific moment in the process of liberation of the planet, in which the life forces can start now proceeding to remove these implants, and this is awesome. And so we are going to we're going to write this for a few minutes. I think we agreed on 8 minutes or something like this. And how many?
8.
8 minutes. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. And what you can do is, for example, if you feel that I am God and I am not God is a little bit way too religious, you can replace that by another phrase. For example, I am connected with the source. I am disconnected from the source. Okay, something like this.
Or
And
even I am goddess, I am not goddess.
for
Right?
example, exactly, whatever it feels proper for your specific way. So let's do these exercises consciously. Just not go ahead and write like crazy as many lines as possible. No, write lines, feel them, and then put your mind in the polarities and in the other polarity, and then you will start feeling that. So the effect of this exercise is that you will eventually be able to decide by yourself, because you have put your mind in both polarities. Now you are free of the polarities, and then you can decide by yourself. Okay, so we are going to play some music now, and then we see each other, or we hear each other in 8 minutes. Thank you.
671 3 times in a row in your head. But for more efficiency, you need to say it 3 times in a row out loud. And Pleiadian medical ships will assist you with their healing beams.
Hello? Yeah, welcome back. And we are moving on to our last exercise. This is I need to switch the slide. Great. We're doing the second triangulation exercise, which is our final exercise of the day. And I know we're going a little bit longer than 2 hours. So thank you for hanging in there with us. This is a super important final exercise. And as I said earlier, if you'd like to stay on for that extra time for us to invoke the healing command 771 together, we will be doing that. But let's finish with this triangulation exercise. Sex is love. Sex is not love. And basically, this works the same exact way. You're going to be writing 2 statements in your own language is the most ideal. And you will be writing sex is love. And then right next to that, sex is not love. And you will be repeating those statements. But again, it's not so important how many times you write it. It's most important that you feel each statement as you write it. And because sexuality has been so negatively distorted on our planet, this one can bring up some very powerful emotions. So feel those emotions. That's what's important. Don't repress them. Let them come. Let them heal. We're bringing all this to the surface for healing. And then afterwards we can share. So we're going to do the same. We'll put some music on for another 8 minutes, and then we'll meet you back here. Thank you. Okay, and welcome back. Now, we do these exercises for 8 minutes just for the sake of time. But if you're doing these on your own, we do suggest doing them for at least 10, even 15 minutes. So, um, and again, you're going to want to drink water. You've done a lot of clearing. If you have some comments and you'd like to share with us what those are, your experiences from some of these clearing exercises, please share those in the comment section, and we will post those. And these exercises, these two triangulation exercises that we just did, we suggest not keeping these. So you're going to want to keep the first one we did, the contract cancellation, but these two triangulation, the I am God, I am not God, and sex is love, sex is not love. Let's purge those. Throw them away, tear them up, burn them, whatever you need to do. You've done the work. We need to clear that energy and move on. So make sure you don't hang on to those. And so, is there anything any other tips the team would like to share or anything?
No, it's perfectly fine.
Okay, great. And it seems like people are kind of quiet right now, so I don't see any comments from anyone. So I just want to keep going so that we can wrap this session shortly. I want to make a few announcements, and if anyone has any comments that they want to just add in, I can we can share those as well as I do these announcements. But we invite you to check out the Telegram channel for Victory of the Light. This is where we post notifications about when the next session will be. We'll have one again in October, and there's also a chat, Victory of the Light chat, which you might find very interesting. And also, We Love Mass Meditation. We post. They have a page for us that gives sessions, the timetable of upcoming sessions, and there's some going on in other languages too that you might want to check out. And I just want to mention there are ongoing urgent meditations taking place um, every day. And those again are on welovemassmeditation.com. And there is an ongoing one for peace between Russia and NATO. And just today I was hearing some news about some things escalating a little bit again. So it is important that if you feel guided, they do take place every 4 hours. And so you can check out We Love Mass Meditation or the 2012portal.blogspot.com website for information on those. And I just want to share a quick little reminder too, how important it is right now as so much is going on in the planet. We all know, all of the situations that are cropping up and challenges that we personally are facing individually and planetarily. And so it is important to hold and reinforce the light grid as much as possible. We are needed. That's why we're here. That's why we incarnated here many, many times. We came to help hold the light and keep the light grid as strong as possible during this transition that we're going through. And one tip that we'd like to share is to refrain and avoid from interpersonal conflicts by choosing non-reaction and conscious positive action over reaction. It's so easily to be triggered or to be have our ego get in the way and try to prove that we're right or to engage with somebody. And we don't need to create that extra luge for the dark forces. It's, right now, this is a time to choose non-reaction or choose a positive action and sort of transmute those negative energies. And just, people are being as more light is coming into the planet, the pot is being stirred more, and it's just essential. More people are being triggered. There's high emotions running, and really just try to rise above and transmute all of that that negativity as much as you can. So you know what, Coco? Oh, let's see. We do have a couple questions. Oh, Coco, thank you for everything, but I missed Command 1221. Thank you for sharing that. We love your input. When we plan these sessions, there's a lot to pack in, and we did not include it. We did it as a team before we started, and we hoped everyone would do it on our own. But Coco, we appreciate your comment, and you know what? We'll bring that in next time. We can do that real quick with the team. And so if you're not familiar with Command 1221, we just check out some of our previous sessions to where we explained and we did those. But so thank you for sharing that. Tanya had a question for the chakra exercises today. The direction of the wheel for root and crown chakra, is it clockwise direction for both from the bird's point of view? Did I get that right? That's a great question, Tanya. And I meant to ask that to Felipe. So Felipe, could you explain that, please?
Yeah, as always, it is always clockwise. You have to imagine that the body is lying on top of the bed, okay? And then if you see for example, from the top of the head, no? You will see it always clockwise, and also from the side of the legs, always clockwise. Yeah, it would be better rather than going bird. Just imagine that your body is lying on your bed or something, and then it's always clockwise.
Okay, and the way you presented it, the crown and the root chakra, they were like the crown was at the top and the root was at the bottom, and there was one vortex going, whereas the other ones had the two, the front and back. Is that correct? Because I think that's
That's correct.
yeah.
For example, the root chakra and the crown chakra, they do not have a counterparts.
Okay. Okay.
If you,
And
yeah.
okay, that's I'm glad we clarified that, because there was a little question about that too when I was doing that as well, and I wondered if anyone else had that question. So Tanya, thank you for being so astute and asking that great question. Does anyone else have any questions or comments? As I said, we're moving on to the oh, I just love this slide. I kept it in. Keep calm and hold the light, and choose not to participate in collective fear, and instead send peace, love, and healing energy to all. That should be our daily mantra, definitely. Um, and so let me explain how we're moving on to command 12, command 771 together. Again, this part is optional. We love that you guys have stuck with us this long, and you guys are troopers. You're true light warriors, and very commendable. And so, if you would so choose, I know it's late in some parts of the world. If you so choose, we're going to wrap this session with invoking command 771. And for this, literally all you have to do is lay down, relax. We're going to invoke it together, and then we're going to put on 10 minutes of music. And we do suggest that you stay in that relaxed state for another extra 10 to 20 minutes, because Cindy's going to explain to us how this healing works, this command works. And so then we will again invoke it together. If you decide to stand, we hope that you do, because the more we do together, the more powerful it is. And this is why we encourage you to attend these sessions, share these sessions. Let's bring as many people planetarily doing these sessions together, because not only does it make your session that much more powerful, it builds the planetary grid, and it makes our liberation in our ascension come that much sooner. And we all want that. So let us, I'm going to turn this over to Cindy, and she is going to explain command 771.
Thank you, Deborah. So, Pleiadians have developed a protocol for emotional healing. If you feel negative emotions, or if you feel victimized for someone's emotion, if you are emotionally hurt, or if you have emotional issues or traumas, do not hesitate to use this protocol. The matrix and the negative beings and entities who serve it and maintain it know very well that for the human beings that we are, emotions are both a strong point and a weak point. We are all more or less sensitive to what others do to us, and what they say to us, and how they behave with us. We must therefore understand and master our feelings and emotions, as they contribute to increase or decrease our vibratory frequency. So if you wish to receive emotional healing from the Pleiadians, you can say command 771 3 times in a row in your head, but for more efficiency, you need to say it 3 times in a row loudly, and Pleiadian medical ships will assist you with their healing beams. It helps to lay down and allow between 20 and 30 minutes for the healing process. So do not hesitate to use this protocol several times a day or a night if necessary. Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy. And so let's get comfortable. We want to thank everyone for being here today and for joining us. And we're going to do some very, very powerful emotional healing. as we together 3 times let us invoke command 771. So just simply repeat after me. Command 771.
Command 771.
Command 771.
Command 771.
Command 771.
Command 771.
And let the healing begin. And we encourage you to stay in your relaxed state for an additional 10 to 20 minutes for that optimum healing to occur. We would like to thank everyone today for joining us. Thank you so much for your commitment to the light. We look forward to seeing you next time, and we hope you found this beneficial. And on behalf of the Victory of the Light and Sisterhood of the Rose teams, we bid you good evening and good night, and we say victory of the light.
Victory.
Victory.